What else, whether it's on the federal level or the state level, what is happening behind the scenes or what's being discussed to help promote manufacturing? Because if you want to get the economy turned around, if you're not producing something, you're consuming something. And if you're producing something, it's farming, ag, and construction. And I understand with the Farm Bill, and the biggest issue with the Farm Bill is food stamps, not the ag side of it. But food stamps is a huge part of the Farm Bill.
80%.
Yeah, so what are you all in your different levels doing to help promote creation?
Well, what I would like to see here is more marketing toward women to get into manufacturing. And I say that because you want to talk about government dependency and food stamps. There's that middle ground there where they make enough money to stay on assistance. If they reach that gap of the crack is what I'm saying is sometimes getting into that crack, what's the point? Because they lose their assistance and then they're like, they've got the daycare bills, they've got the medical, they've got the food. What they need is a little help from that top of the poverty line to where they're able to make it themselves. And how do we do that? We have so many single parents out there. They don't want to be on assistance. Not that everybody doesn't want to be, but I'm saying that there is people out there that do not want to be on assistance. But it's scary to get into that crack, to be lost, and not be able to support your family anymore. So there has got to be some sort of marketing issues. And I would love to hear back from the ideas that you have to be able to get women involved. You know, my daughter is going into 9th grade, and her grades have been pretty crappy, 7th and 8th grade. And I said to her, you know, 9th grade now, you've got to make yourself accountable because your grades are going to start to count now. And, you know, what do you want to do when you grow up? Well, I don't know. And I keep telling her, well, you probably should let's look into some manufacturing. Let's look into a 2-year technical college for you. Start taking your classes in high school so that they count for your college credits. And she's like, Mom, that sounds so boring. Why do I want to stand on my feet all day long? It's a good job. We have got great jobs in Douglas County, Otter Tail. We're very blessed in central Minnesota to have the unemployment levels that we have that are low. But that manufacturing has jobs to offer, but they're missing that workforce. We've got the Alexandria Technical College that keeps getting cut on their funding for equipment purchases, and they're going to the businesses, which I think is great, to have those donations brought in. But you know, maybe that we can have some sort of a match with the state for funding and with our private employers that are right. So I mean, there's so many options out there. But I'm very passionate to get our single women that have children to work. And besides, if they're doing that and they're getting off the system, their children are also not seeing their parents on assistance, thinking this is a way of life for them. I want our children to succeed. I want our single parents to succeed, and I want families to succeed altogether.
I think one of the things that needs to be done is to increase the angel investment credit. That was apparently a pretty popular thing because all the money's gone, and we're only partway through the year. So I think that's an initiative. That initiative needs to continue to increase the size of that when you're at least talking about increasing or attracting additional investments to any part of the state. We're kind of partial to this part of the state. Which covers, as you represent, quite a large area. So that's the one thing that I hear loud and clear. That's working. We just need to make it a bigger pot.
Can I ask, do you know if there's some of you that have used the angel investment tax credit or had investors help spur businesses or add on because of that? I mean, it's happening somewhere, and I'm just wondering if some of that has happened here.
Is there anyone that's aware?
Well, I don't think we specifically get involved in it at that level, but I know, you know, Purpose is one of the regional hubs for it. It's, I mean, I see the deals that are being presented and that make it through the whole Angel Network deal that they've set up, and I mean, there's a lot of activity.
Uh-huh.
I don't know specifically
I
the
don't-
investors.
It may be too soon. I don't know.
And I don't know if your accountants call it that, other than just maybe a tax credit. That's what it's been dubbed at the Capitol.
Corey, we're working with an entrepreneur in Fergus Falls who started a company called Fergus Foods LLC.
Uh-huh.
And our folks with disabilities are doing the packaging for a gluten-free and allergy-free sunflower, roasted sunflower snack. We work closely with Harold on that, Stanislavski, and that gentleman was funded through Angel Investment Credit,
He was.
to a degree.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm aware of a company that's had some reserves that in their relationship with other companies that are in a cash flow issue have done some short-term assistance. Now, this doesn't fall within any of the government regulations. It falls within the category of one businessman caring for another businessman, and I've got a little reserve right now, and your bank won't work with you, and I trust you, and here's 10 grand, or here's 20 grand, and, they've worked out private kinds of arrangements. So I think the relationship with Tri-State and others has fostered that. I'm not saying it wouldn't happen without Tri-State, but I think it has fostered because we begin to trust each other.